I'm Liv, your emotionally exhausted, chronically online host, and every day we talk about life, relationships, internet chaos, bad decisions, awkward moments, and all the things that spiral way faster than they should. Today I am confessing a crime. I broke up with a situationship using nothing but petty, carefully curated Spotify playlists. Yes, an entire passive-aggressive campaign conducted via song titles and mood dips. This escalated quickly.
Hook time. I did not text him. I did not call him. I did not even unfriend him at first. I made him a soundtrack for why I was done. It felt cinematic in the moment, and later looked like a really bad indie film where the main character refuses to adult. Stick with me because this reads like a fever dream in 3 acts. Petty, escalating, and awkwardly public.
Section 1. Setup and the first pathetic playlist. Quick backstory. He was charming, intermittently attentive, and great at late-night playlists, but terrible at follow-through. Basically, emotional Wi-Fi with spotty connection. I was tired of reading his mixed signals, and instead of saying anything remotely adult like, "Hey, I need clarity," I made a ridiculous decision. I titled the first playlist, "Oh, you're busy? Cool," and filled it with all the songs that sound like polite exits. Think soft indignation and 3-minute pop tracks that say, without saying it, I am slightly annoyed, but still open to snacks.
Then I escalated. Playlist 2. I guess we're doing this now. Which was basically a half-cocked dramatic arc of nostalgic slow burns that say, I miss consistency, while also hitting every possible mid-2000s throwback. I put in that one song that we both liked in June, and I knew he'd notice the algorithm suggesting it. It was theatrical, and yes, I felt very clever, as if I were performing a passive-aggressive one-woman play.
Track-by-track escalation, because of course I did this properly. There was a mood playlist called Conversation or Curtain Call, loaded with emotionally ambiguous bops, meant to read as a final warning, like the soundtrack to a rom-com breakup that never committed to the rom. Then a playlist called You'll Understand Later, which was full of speeches in music form, big cinematic swells and songs with lyrics that basically narrate, I'm leaving, but gently. I even had a despair playlist, yes, really, called 2 a.m. Regrets, which was mostly acoustic songs with lyrics complaining about being left on red. The artistry was questionable. Okay, Section 2, hot takes on weaponizing nostalgia and the glorious backfires. Hot take. Music is the perfect passive-aggressive weapon because it's ambiguous and emotionally immediate. You can be dramatic without using words like, I'm upset. It feels satisfying because you're making a scene that's private and public at the same time. But the backfire? He assumed it was a mood and responded with a meme. Not a we need to talk meme, a meme about pizza toppings. The tragedy is that my whole emotional performance was met with pepperoni content. Then came the real blow-up. After 2 weeks of dropping increasingly dramatic playlists, titles like Plot Twist, I'm Not Okay, and I Miss Being a Priority, he finally said something. He sent one line, You okay? Lol, followed by a link to a playlist he made called No Drama, Just Bops. That was the moment where theatrical breakups collide with the modern attention economy. He laughed. I had produced an entire operatic meltdown, and the internet kept recommending sad songs to both of us because it knows everything. The fallout included a very awkward run-in at the grocer where we both pretended the ice cream aisle wasn't a scene from a low-budget reality show.
Section 3. Red flags, self-check, and actual advice between the jokes. Red flag number 1, I was performing feelings instead of naming them. That's exhausting for both people. Red flag 2, I wanted to make him feel something without letting him see I was vulnerable. That's emotional contortionism. Also, there's the slippery slope of escalation. Playlists get petty, then passive-aggressive posts, then mutual passive aggression until someone blocks the other and the algorithm loses interest. So here's a quick honest tip. If you want change, say the word clarify out loud. It's strangely underused and surprisingly effective.
But to be fair to my terrible methods, there were comedic consequences that made excellent anecdotes. Real-world consequence, I had to explain to my neighbor why I kept singing the same breakup chorus at 3 a.m. Another consequence, mutual friends started sending me playlists titled, "Are You Broken Up Yet?" like we were part of some chaotic sport. I also learned something useful. Even the most performative exit will force a conversation eventually, sometimes in the cereal aisle, and that conversation is inevitably awkward, messy, and bizarrely human. Comedic reenactment, rapid-fire ridiculous playlist titles, and my imagined reactions. Ready? Sorry, not sorry, but actually sorry. Me, dramatic eyebrow. Do you remember when? Me, clutching a candle. Left on Red, the remix. Me, standing my own chaos. Unfollow if you dare. Me, sending it at 1 a.m. to exactly 2 people. And his imagined reactions. Is she humming at the mailbox again? Should I reply with a song or a coupon? The whole thing read like a sitcom pitch I would pitch to nobody because I'd be too passive-aggressive to make the call.
Recap. I weaponized nostalgia and curated melodrama. Got a meme in return, then experienced the inevitable awkward IRL confrontation. The takeaway? Tiny theatrics feel cathartic in the moment, but rarely fix anything, and sometimes they make your life more bizarre. But also, confession, it felt kind of great to craft something that was 90% mood and 10% emotional honesty. There's a messy middle. Own your chaos, apologize if you hurt someone, and then maybe delete the passive-aggressive playlist before it becomes a public hazard.
CTA time! If you laughed, cringed, or immediately checked your own playlist history, do me a favor and leave a review. It helps other chaotic humans find this mess of a show and validates that, yes, we all make dumb decisions and sometimes make art about them. Leave a review, tell me your passive-aggressive move, and maybe I'll read it on the next episode. Stay chaotic!
This escalated quickly, and I will see you tomorrow when I inevitably do something dumb and turn it into content. Stay chaotic.